Hi there, my name is David Dodd, an environmental scientist and coordinator of the Dublin Climate Action Regional Office, CARO, one of four CARO offices set up in late 2018 with funding from the Department of Communications, Climate Action and Environment to work directly with Ireland's local authorities in developing and implementing their first climate change action plans. On Christmas Eve 1968, the crew of Apollo 8, the first manned mission to orbit the moon, took a photo looking back at planet Earth that some deem to be the start of the modern environmental movement. A time when it was realized that we humans were damaging our only home, planet Earth. Just over a year later, in 1970, the first Earth Day was born, and 2020 marks its 50th anniversary, focusing on climate action. 2019 was the second warmest year in record globally, but it was also a pivotal year in Ireland in terms of climate action. Climate emergency was declared. A national climate action plan with targets and actions across all sectors was published in June 2019, and in September, for the first time, 12 sectors across 7 government departments and every local authority in Ireland submitted a climate adaptation plan to the government. In Dublin, these climate change action plans were developed by local authority staff working with CODEMA, the Dublin Energy Agency, and the CARO office, and are based on the European Covenant of Mayors programme, a programme that now has over 9,000 local and regional authorities across 57 countries working towards more sustainable living and ambitious climate action. These plans can be viewed at dublinclimatechange.ie and cover 5 main areas: energy and buildings, transport, nature-based solutions, flood resilience, and resource management. Through actions across these 5 areas, we hope that local authorities will act as leaders in climate action to the wider community. The plans also have 4 key targets: a 33% improvement in energy efficiency by 2020, a 30% reduction in the Council's greenhouse gas emissions by 2030, to actively engage and inform our citizens on climate change, and to make Dublin a more climate resilient region. In 1970, when the Earth Day movement began, the concentration of greenhouse gas carbon dioxide in the atmosphere as measured in Mauna Loa Observatory was approximately 370 parts per million. Now in 2020, looking at real-time measurements from NUI Galway's Mace Head Atmospheric Research Station, we are over 415 parts per million and rising year on year due to the impact from human activities. This greenhouse gas increase has led to approximately 1 degree Celsius increase in global mean temperature, resulting in rising sea levels, melting ice and polar ice caps, impacts on biodiversity, and contributing to more extreme weather events across the globe. The first Earth Day led to the passing of historic environmental protection legislation in America and beyond. Yet 50 years on, the hopes and dreams for a better, cleaner planet Earth have not been realized. We need to follow the science and evidence on climate change and its impacts. Based on expert reports from the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, we need to limit greenhouse gas temperature increase to 1.5 degrees Celsius to avert more significant climate impacts than we have already experienced. However, there are signs of hope. Similar to Earth Day in 1970, we have a growing global youth climate movement with the Fridays for Future and student activists. We have an increasing level of awareness of the impacts of climate change amongst the general public and the need for more sustainable transport, cleaner renewable energy, moving away from polluting fossil fuels like coal, gas, oil, and peat briquettes and turf that impact the planet and damage our health. The business sector is playing a more active role in what it can do to strive towards a more sustainable circular economy. It is also accepted that we need to adapt to the impacts of climate change through improved planning, flood defences, and tackling issues like coastal erosion. The current global pandemic and restrictions on work and movement have shown the impacts that humans are having on our planet, in particular as we see air pollution levels dropping across many areas of the globe and greenhouse gas levels decreasing. But this breathing space is temporary, and we must ensure that the economic recovery from this pandemic is underpinned with a sustainable new Green Deal at national, European and global levels to put us on the path to decrease our greenhouse gas emissions. However, it can't be just down to central and local government. We need an all of society approach. and a just and fair approach to tackle climate change and to transition to a low carbon economy. We are currently living through a public health emergency with unprecedented cooperation and action from international to local levels to protect human health. We need similar levels of cooperation and action to tackle our climate and biodiversity emergency. The future is in our hands, and we don't have the luxury of another 50 years to create a better one. Thanks for watching, and I hope you are well during this COVID-19 pandemic. This video is part of a series of expert reflections curated by Future Earth Ireland as part of Future Earth Week. To watch other videos or to find out more about Future Earth Ireland, check out the Future Earth Ireland on Twitter or go to the Future Earth Ireland website. Thank you.